How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. It's crazy. Before I'm on my way to the store and whatnot, and I had this one little epiphany thinking about how the whole concept of career, work-life balance, and all this great stuff, and even in today's world, you have a blessing. You're blessed to have a job, regardless of what job you have. You're blessed to have a business, regardless of what business you have. If you're able to pay your bills and be a responsible individual and be able to go after your dreams and things of that nature, have an out of this world experience. I'll use that example since I'm using my space filter. But really, the point I'm making, quick point I want to make here. I remember a job that I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say locations. But I remember this job I had back in 2005. I'm sorry, 2004 to 2005. It was my first office job. And one thing I can remember about the culture at that office job, because I was just blessed and fortunate to be able to, get it, because before then I was just a janitor and whatnot. So I was working my way up. And that was back when I first started working 2 to 3 jobs, because I was all about, even then, I didn't know what I know now about how to make money, work for you. But I knew how to, being in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I knew how to, I wasn't, trying to go to the club or anything of that nature. I was all about making money, because growing up, I didn't like seeing people that were older than me that was always struggling and whatnot. And half the time it's because they only had one job. And other times because they had a bunch of kids and they weren't responsible with their money. Other times they just didn't know how to, grow in their career and things of that nature. But one thing I will say with all sincerity is I thought about all the individuals that worked in this office. And it was a video production office that I worked in. So it was my first quote unquote real job, as everybody kept telling me at the time. And I remember every single person in the office made more money than me. I was the lowest guy because I was essentially an intern, but I was the lowest person on the economic table. But I was the happiest person in that office. Everybody with their prior college experience, a lot of people who were in the military, we always thank people for their service. I was in the military, so I'm not downing anybody with military experience. I'm not downing anybody with a college degree, because in today's culture, if you look at somebody wrong, they get insulted. So I'm just putting that out there. But I'm saying it is, and then you had people that didn't go to, they weren't in the military, but they had, bachelor's degrees, working on the master's degrees, things of that nature. Some were married, had kids, some weren't. But I remember the main thing that everybody had in common: three things. They had more life experience than me, because I was the youngest person working in the office. So that's one. They had more life experience than I did. 2, they made more money than I made. And then 3, they were much more on paper educated than I was. But the number 4 thing that they all had in common too, because it's number 4. Yeah, it's actually 4 things. Everybody in the office was miserable. And when I say miserable, I mean miserable. Miserable to be at their job, didn't want to go home. Life at home was miserable. And because, the company that we were working for at the time, their leave policy wasn't the best. So majority of the time people utilized their leave and they had, a sick child, or when they had an issue that they had to take care of and things of that nature. But all these people were miserable. And they used to tell me that I need to aspire to be like them. In regards to, so I could get my income up and things of that nature. And I looked at them at the time like they were on drugs, because I'm just like, yeah, it's nice to make more money, but if I'm going to be as miserable as you, then I don't think this is the industry and the job for me, because you can't put a price tag on happiness. That's the best way to put it, and I've seen people who even own certain businesses be just as miserable as these people are. Certain people with a food cart, certain people with a restaurant, dry cleaners, nail salon, whatever. The list goes on and on, barbershop. So certain things aren't for you. And that's the moral of the story. Know when to walk away from something because it's not for you. Hey, look at it as a great opportunity. You get the life experience from it and go from there. Because I needed to go through that life experience to figure out what I really wanted to do with my life. And I knew that working at that job wasn't it. Being around those people wasn't it. Okay, like I said, I got the job in 2004, 2005, but I was able to get some office experience, and I took that experience and I was able to get a better not only a better paying job, but a better job with better benefits and to get more training and things of that nature. And everything is a life experience, you know, and so take those experiences with a great grain of salt, but you always have to know when to walk away from an experience when you know it's not for you anymore. And the number one thing I took away from that experience is I don't care if I'm a millionaire. I don't want to look as miserable as these people. So I'm going to say is that, like, I don't care if I'm a billionaire or a trillionaire. If I'm not smiling and laughing and enjoying myself, then there's no point of being in that environment, okay? Not everything has to be, that's why I call the DMV area uptight country, because a lot of people have that uptight mentality and whatnot. So moral of the story is know when to take advantage of an opportunity and know when to walk away from one and go from there. All right. So do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money move. So you're going to live broke like a fool. Or as the shirt says that I got off Amazon, I make money moves. Take care, family.